Typically, we work on BMWs, specifically M cars like so. Today though, we're gonna be installing these pure 1000 turbos onto this AMG Mercedes here. So this Mercedes has aftermarket intakes, so we're gonna start by taking the intakes off here and then some of the covers, gain access to the turbo. This job gives a little over 10 hours, so we're gonna see if we can beat that time. Let's begin. All right, so now we got the intakes out of the way. We gotta get these rubber couplers off here. They're stuck to these vacuum hoses, so just gonna pry those off real quick. Now, we're gonna take this shield off here. There's E10s right there, same on the other side. So we'll get those off. With the shield out of the way, we're gonna disconnect the downpipes here. This car's got catless, but we're gonna undo the V-band here and over there. They're held on by 10 millimeters. So these shields here are aftermarket. We're taking them off on that side to gain more access to the turbo lines. We're also gonna have to undo the V-bands down here. These V-bands are bolted on each side. All right, now we're taking off these turbo lines. This set of turbos compared to a BMW especially, there's quite a few more lines. So the issue specifically on the driver's side here is we gotta get to this bolt way down there, but these coils are in the way and this bracket's in the way. Looks like some more E10s, so we're gonna disconnect the coils, take out the E10s, remove the bracket, gain access to the turbo oil lines. Also do some bolts there and up top here. All the top ones look like T30s. Here we go. Definitely helps to have a magnet, preferably a bendy one like this, to get all the little bolts. They'll hold on the turbo lines and then the brackets. I'll show you here in a second, but there's quite a few bolts that'll hold on the lines. Here's the top set of lines. These are those bolts I'm talking about. They're bolted right to the turbo, so they don't move. So you have a T30 here, here, and here, and then also there and there. Here's another example of bracket holding turbo line. Over here, Brian got the shield out of the way by moving those coils. I was able to get to this turbo bolt. Another thing we have to do here is disconnect the vacuum lines, go into the turbos, so grabbing some pliers and twisting them to break them free, then twisting and pulling back. The turbos are off. Now what we have to do is get the wastegate here onto the new turbo. To keep them in the same position, we're gonna pry this tab off here, then undo this nut on the back side so the front one stays in the same spot, and then unbolt it here and there, and then we should be able just to slide it onto the new one, and the wastegate will stay in adjustment. We're using a 1/4 wrench here to counter hold the shaft. So on this turbo, the wastegate was no problem to take off. On this factory turbo, this nut does not want to come off, and the whole rod for the wastegate is flexing and acts like it wants to break. So we're gonna have to use some persuasion methods. All right, so we took the nuts, off the wastegate, so we could turn it 180 degrees and cut the other side. All right, so we cut the nut off the wastegate rod, so reduce the risk of breaking the rod and have to order a new wastegate and everything for it. And then chased it with an M6x1 thread chaser, and we were able to get the wastegate with rod and nuts onto the new turbos here. Now they're both ready for reinstallation. All right, time to reinstall the turbos. I'm gonna put the pures on. Should just be the opposite of the removal. So we'll just put this in time lapse for you. right, the turbos are installed. We're gonna start it up before putting everything back together, check for leaks, make sure we don't have any issues. Let's make some boost. All right guys, the turbos are installed. Got everything back together on it, no leaks or anything. I'll get you some sound clips of it, but yeah, not too bad of an install to do. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button.